What are your objectives and expectations here at the Cross-Montana Forum?
My objective is to represent the women of Africa, and it is my hope that this platform for me is one of the biggest platforms within Europe when it comes to delivering a message that you want the world to hear. I hope they would listen and incorporate women in their decision making, and they will involve a lot of women in the program like this, so that women will have the platform to also give a message, because we have a lot of message we want to give to the world. They should not be limiting it to just one person, but give opportunities to others.
You have delivered a very strong message at the beginning of this forum. What message you want to deliver to the people of Sierra Leone and the people of Africa?
We need to see each other's keeper. We have to be very patriotic now, and we have to love our continent. We have to put our continent first above all else. Of course, in Sierra Leone, we put our country first and make sure whatever will take us to the next level in terms of progress, what we should be focusing on. Anything that will make our country a better country, anything that will develop our country, by extension our continent, that is what Africans should be fighting towards now. It's not allowing politicians or people in small corners who are doing things for their own selfish interest or getting big powers, you know, as they call them, to come to your country and destabilize your country because they are not getting their way. I think we're way now above that. We should be smart enough to say enough is enough, and it is the time for us, because the youths are not having it anymore. So it is now time for us in Africa to start to build our own continent, see our continent as a place of hope, see a continent as a beacon of hope. And when we start doing that, everyone that we are accusing, everyone that we are complaining about will see us as partners.
How do you see Africa progress in this international crisis context?
The young people are very determined to see change, and the young people are not having it. The story they used to tell us before does not resonate anymore, because the young people know what they want. And if you don't give them what they want, they are not going to keep quiet. And if you know that is a recipe of trouble in your country, you need to start listening to the young people and also give opportunities to as many young people as possible, so that their new ideas, their own digital ideas — the world today is a digital-based world. If you don't have the right minds, people that also understand digitalization, people that also understand that the millennium, if you want your country to be at the front of everything, you should see technology and use technology as a priority. For anyone who thinks that, you know what, I am too old enough to know what technology is all about, I don't need technology, then you're in trouble. Because when you talk about the most place where they do misinformation is on social media. And social media is a digital platform. So the traditional media are becoming absolute, they are relevant in some circle, but for the young people, they go to social media to listen to their news, to understand what is happening. If you don't take digitalization very serious, where you can actually promote your country, make the young people know what is happening, give them the information they want to see and want to hear, you will always be in trouble and in conflict with them.
What are the main projects and initiatives you are supported as First Lady of Sierra Leone?
My campaign is called the Hands of Our Girls campaign, and the Hands of Our Girls campaign has done wonders, not only for Sierra Leone but globally. It has been the first campaign that now have 2 UN resolutions passed at the United Nations. The first one is access to justice for all rape victims. Before now, when a child is raped or a woman is raped or a boy is raped, when they go to court, they have to pay their own bills, they have to find their way there, they have to be the one, like, you're a victim, but you have to prove that indeed you're a victim. It is not on them to prove all of those things. It is on the perpetrator to prove that they are innocent. You cannot victimize a victim twice. So I went to the United Nations knowing full well that this is a problem and asked if they can change that narrative for our people so that when they have a problem like this, they can actually go to court and the state will be the one paying for that bill. It won't be a victim. And then the second UN resolution I went for was to give me a World Day so that the world will commemorate for rape victims. So they gave me November 18. In Europe, November 18 is a Human Rights Day because the European Union said to me they want to also commemorate, and human rights and what I am asking for is the same. So if we could tie it down to a World Human Rights Day for Europe, and then it become a World Day for healing and prayer for rape victims, then it matched very well. While I was doing that, I had the support of the Vatican, I had the support of Islamic Relief. I decided to use two of these major religions because my husband is Catholic, I'm a Muslim. So I decided that, you know what, I'm going to use these two religions to show that when they come together for positive things, the outcome will be great. And this is one of the things. In my country, I have managed today to ban early marriage. Just last week, Parliament has banned early marriage completely. You cannot marry the child until they are 18 when they are a woman. In terms of, I have introduced a special court for rape victims so that when they go to court, their cases are not left on the shelf. They go to this court where they fast track every case that is there so that the victim get justice. You know, justice is not delayed because if justice is delayed, basically that is where you have corruption. That is where you have all the problems that you have in the judiciary. So I decided to concentrate on doing a special court for that. And now my intention is to be able to replicate that special court in the city, in all of the district, so that every victim will have a say and every victim will have access to justice. So these are the things in terms of the gender equality. For 5 years, I have been campaigning for gender equality, gender parity in all institutions in the country. Our president has signed that bill. Today, every elected position in our country is held by 30% is now held by a woman. In the government, in cabinet position, 30% are all women. In the government appointed position, 30% are all women. We are trying to see how we can move that into the private sector so that their workforce will be 30% of women in their workforces. So these are just some of the things. And I've managed to, because of our president introduced free quality education, and I realized that girls still do not have the same time in school as boys because when they see their menstruation, they don't go to school. So I now reintroduce free sanitary pad. So I give out free sanitary pad that will last a girl for a year, every year, so that they go to school. Now we have more girls in school, we have more retention in school, and girls are doing better in all public exams. They are leading on all public exams. You have more girls doing STEM subjects, you know. Most of the girls now are opting for engineering subjects in our country just because they've been given that platform and just because they know they have a voice now. Through me, I speak for them, I speak on their behalf. The children that are under the age of 18 in Sierra Leone are called Fatima's children. You cannot touch my children. If you touch my children, you rape them, I come after you. So every child in that country is my child. And that's the campaign I am going with. Hands off our girls, hands off our girls.
Maternal and child health is a major concern in many African countries also. What measure you are taking to improve healthcare for mother and children in Sierra Leone?
If you want to reduce maternal mortality in any part of the world, you have to focus on the root causes. And most of the root causes in my country, Sierra Leone, is early pregnancies for children. And what are the reasons we have a lot of early pregnancy? It's early marriage. If you married a child at the age of 12, 13, that child will end up become pregnant. And the child will be a child carrying another child in their body. Their bodies are not ready, and then they force them to go and give birth. At the end, most of them died in the hospital. So if we want to reduce mortality rate in our hospital, we have to look at the root cause of what's the problem. When you curb early marriage, and then you curb rape, you reduce infant and child mortality rate, you reduce HIV and AIDS infection, you reduce fistula, and then you give the girls hope. So for me, I focus on the root cause, and that's what my campaign does. My campaign against rape and early marriage. If I have results on rape and early marriage, I know it trickles down to my end result, which is the reduction of infant and child mortality. WHO came to our country last year and asked, how did we do it? Because we had a reduction of almost 60%. They wanted to know how Sierra Leone did it, a small country like Sierra Leone. We have introduced, through my flagship, we have introduced free sanitary pad. When I was going to school in the United Kingdom, nobody gave me free sanitary pad. But now we have free sanitary pad, and I'm taking it to the United Nations because a lot of countries have now started implementing free sanitary pad for girls. But I think the United Nations can do better, because if they're giving condoms to boys free, they can give sanitary pad to girls also. A woman seeing their menstruation is not a privilege. It is not our wish. We are made that way. But sex is an option. You choose to have sex. But if you're giving them condoms to go and have sex, why are you not giving women and girls sanitary pads so that when they see their menstruation, they can also be comfortable in themselves?
I have a last question about the increases of the South Global. What are the issues for Africa and the world?
In what sense?
I mean, the increases of the South Global, the Global South. The changes in the world.
I don't think the world is changing. I don't think so. People are just empowering themselves. They are entrenching themselves because they are not ready for change. So that is why we have to force them. We have to force the people who make this decision to understand that changes is inevitable. We are not having it. The children, our children are not, we cannot be slave all these years and then our children also come and join the line of slavery. We've had enough. There's so many things happening in Africa today. And the kind of alienation, the kind of resentment Africa are having against European countries, the Americas, the Chinese, and all over, it's because we are not sleeping anymore. And that needs to change. Because we have all the mineral deposits they want around the world. And if you want our minerals, for goodness sake, the least you can do for us is treat us as equal. And then help us grow. Like there's always this saying, Rome wasn't built in a day. Why do you expect Africa that just have independence in the last 60 years to be a democratic state, to be a developed state, to, you know, you continue to call us corrupt, but you're the one keeping our corrupt money. You are worse than us. You helping us. You're the one who show us how to hide money because it's good for your banking system. You're making money out of us. You're taking our money from Africa, you bank them here, you put interest on them, you make profit on us, and then you give us peanuts. And when we come, you serve us tea and coffee. I don't want to eat, I don't want to drink tea and coffee. Allow me eat my pemahon. I know rice. Let me eat my rice because that is what I know. So show me how to grow rice. Show me what to do in my country that will make my people a better people. If you can't do that and you want to give me tea and coffee...
Do you think that the South Corporation will help?
They will have no choice. They will have no choice because we are not going to allow them anymore to just be using our heads of state to continue to keep us in poverty. We are not going to allow them anymore. The young people are so determined. They are so determined. It's not going to happen. Change has to happen. And with that change, women will say we are happy. The youths will say we are happy. The children will say they are happy. Because that change will be a positive change for all of us. Thank you very much. God bless you, ma.
Thank you.
Thank you.